Okay, it's been a while since I've been out. I thought I'd come back down here to the honey hole. Haven't been here for a couple weeks. Haven't had much time lately. The water's down, looks like. Pretty low. Decent low. I'm just gonna walk down here to where I was sifting last time, where I pulled that drill out. Probably just take up from there. Yeah, water's way low. You can look at all these leaves laying out on the beach now. Makes surface hunting pretty tough. But in another week or two, they'll all be down off the trees, so then it'll just be waiting around for some high waters to clear them out of here. I'm gonna walk over here and start back up where I took off the last time. If I get something, I'll let you know. There's that one nutting stone still laying there. I bet there's stuff all up in there just waiting to fall down out of here. Need some high waters, and that's usually the winter time. Let me show you what I did here. I took the 1/4-inch screen out of the screener. It was getting pretty beat up, and I moved up to this 1/2-inch screen. I'm assuming it's going to sift a lot faster. I can put a lot more material through it quicker. The only bad thing is there are a few points that I found this summer, some small triangles and really sharpened down stuff that will, at the right angle, go through this screen. But most of the points, 95% of the points, won't go through that screen that I found this summer. So I think it's a pretty good trade-off if it gives me enough speed and allows me to go through this stuff quicker. But we'll see how it works out. Well, our second or third screen, we got something that's broke. I'm just getting the stuff up here on the top. There's sand that goes way back through there, so I figured just take my time and do all this non-concentrated sand up here on the beach farther. See what I get. But I already got one here. It's broken. Would have been a really nice one, and it did not go through the screen. So right here it is. It's a little triangle with the top broke off. See that? Man, very well made too, and thin. Too bad on that. This top part of it busted off. Nicely made little triangle too. So I'm gonna stay right in there. So far I got this triangle and one flake of flint. But there's got to be more stuff up in there. Same with that side over there and all up this beach. It's just not as concentrated up in the top there like that. But we got some time, so we'll just take our time and sift through the sand. I'm shoveling up here higher. I can feel some stone up in here. There's not a lot, but there is some stuff up in there. Yeah. So I just keep going up. I'll go clear up under this tree if I got time. Here's a, what is it? A windshield, a windshield wiper. Huh. I just pulled this out of the screen. It's got some work right across this top edge right here. Big piece of flint. It's been fire popped. I can see right in here. You see these little divots, little half-moon divots taken out right in the middle of the flint that couldn't be hit by a flake or by napping. That's usually fire popped. I don't know what that would have been. It's shattered. Stay right at it. There's a little nutting stone. It's just start of one there and there. Maybe one in the back, but it's got a big bust in the stone there. I'm not going to take that. Now here's a decent little nutting stone in the screener. It's a hard stone this time, and it's starting to break right there. You can see. I might take that one though. Little small one. Set him right there. And just like that, from up high on the bank, we got one in the screen here. And if up high on the bank's going to produce, that's one broken triangle and one point, then I've got pretty much all this down near the water sifted out. I'll just keep going higher up on the banks, because I think there is stuff up in there. Maybe it's not as concentrated, but it's still pretty good, seems like. It's right here in the screen. See if you see it. I'll scan it over. See if you see it. It's right here. It's a nice little point. It's got an ear nick off of it right there on the side. One of the ears are nicked off. It's not a bad point. I wish that ear wasn't gone. That would have been really nice. And a small tip on the base right there, it looks like. But a point nevertheless. And we're going to stay right up in there where we're at. Never know what we'll pull out of there next. Here's a nice faceted hematite stone. Got facets there and there and there and over here. And it's got a piece of metal rusted right to it there. Big hunk of iron, probably a piece of pipe or something rusted on it. Try to chip that off. It's a decent one. Get that iron off of it. I just pulled this out of the screen. It's a squared off stone. It's got a big chip out of it right there. All the faces on it are natural. Got a little scratch mark there, but this backside is flat as can be, like it's been rubbed. And up around the front here, looks like the rubbing continues about right in there. You can see the lip where it stops. I don't know what that would have been. Maybe just a little sharpening stone on that one side. Got it all squared off. I'm gonna take that though. All right, I got all that up in there pretty much. I mean, there's a little bit more, but I moved on over to here to go a little bit higher on this side. Feeling a lot more stone up in this side here anyway. Probably because of that root ball, that bush right there, catching it and pushing it out this side. I got a broke in the screen. Would have been a nice one, really good material. Look at this. Right there it is. It's the top off of one. Not sure how far that would have went down. It's snapped off right there. Really nice material though. Might have been a little knife, the way it's shaped. Looks like it's beveled more on one end back. I'd say that was probably a little knife blade or something. But I'm gonna get some more right up in there. I'm feeling some concentrates up in there, so hopefully we find something. Okay, I just pulled all this out of one screen here. Got there just a flake. There's a faceted hematite stone. You can see the end right there all rubbed down. Some facets on the side. Now here's another big one. It's kind of shattered up, but it's got a nice facet right there. You can see abrasions. And then this one, it's not rubbed very much. I can see some rubbing on the top. And this piece of nice flint here, it's worked up both sides. Probably was a blade. Snapped off the top and the bottom. I'd say that was some sort of blade there. It's unifaced on the back. We're still going. We got a couple hours left. Daylight. Getting on up in here in this dry sand. There's stuff there. Not too concentrated, but it's up there. Okay, this is just one screen up. Here's a big ball of river chert stone. The outside, you can see the cortex of it right there. Here's a really nice rubbed faceted hematite stone right here. I can see the abrasions all over this one. It's rubbed almost every side. Really nice facets on that one. And this huge spall, look at this. I don't even know what kind of flint that would be, but you could see they've been taking spalls off of it. It's like it's a reddish color, and to look at this side of the stone you wouldn't even know that it had any quality at all to that chert inside, but there's some really nice pieces right in there. I don't know what kind of flint that is. It's a nice piece though. Okay, the sun just went over the hill. It's getting dark. I did one last screen, and the very last one I was clear up under here. I've been getting all this up through here and throwing off this brush as I go, but clear up under there I could feel some stuff in there. Next time I'll have to move more of this junk out of the way. Maybe get right over in there too. Looks like a good area, but there is stuff high up on the bank and you can find it. It's up under those roots and junk, but we got one in here. It's no bragger or anything. Got a few dings out of it, but it's really nice material. See if you can see that in there. It's getting dark. Should glow, this thing here. Here we go. It's a triangle. Tip's knocked out and it's got a little notch tip out of there on the side. Little tip out of it. It's not bad though. Serrated edge on it. It's got serrated edges. Other than a few nicks gone, it's a pretty nice point. I'm gonna head out of here. I'll do a little wrap up when I get home, as it's getting dark and you won't be able to see it very good here. So I'm gonna head out, call it a day, and hopefully we get to come back down here soon, because I will spend all day and just sift up on higher on the bank, because well, we found a few today, even though some of them are broke, but still we know there's stuff up in there. I'm still waiting to pull out the big one. That drill was probably the nicest thing I found in here so far, but I have found several nice points in here, so we're due. I'll catch you when I get home. It's getting dark. I thought I'd walk over in here. The water's real low. I like to watch these, look at these washouts here. There is some campfire stone over here, but there's a lot of modern gravel thrown in here. So I wonder what that was. Big old hole pecked right there. Here's a nutting stone. It's all shattered up, but you could tell right there's a hole. There's a little one, and this would have been a huge hole right here. Too bad that's busted. I might take that anyways. But these are good places to look, where these little rain gullies wash out. You can see that burned up campfire stone all through it. So I mean, there is stuff in here, but it's just hard to find because of that modern gravel thrown over the hill. This might be good to sift up high here, over in here. Only bad part is out there it's so muddy trying to sift in that. Carrying that sifter out there, dragging it out, makes it hard. So here's a bunch of campfire stone coming out right here. Looks like it got an abrading groove in that one. Might be a plow mark. But this is a good area to look. I mean, you can see right up here, that hill, there's nothing on it. No concrete, no man-made junk thrown over it. So whatever washes down off this bank is laying on this beach. It's just getting dark to see anything right now. I'll catch you when I get home. Okay, I thought we'd do a little wrap up here of what we found today. Let me get my glasses out. We did all our sifting up higher on the bank. No water level sifting. We've pretty much got that all exhausted, I think. First of all, you know, we got our usual big bunch of flints. Now, I will say I don't have any smaller flakes, because I'm sure they all went through that larger screen. I found this small flake just laying out. But Mostly I'd say with that one, we're just going to find larger stuff that won't go through that 1/2-inch hole. But then we found this really large spall of, it's like a red type flint. I've never seen a point made out of it yet, but I'm sure they're down there if this was laying there. It's kind of rough in certain areas, but down more towards the middle of the stone was pretty high quality stuff right down in here. Been like a light purplish red type color. That's pretty cool. We found all these hematite stones. There's 2, 4, 5, 6 of them that we found today. This one had a nice facet on the back side. Get the light down here. Had a nice facet on the back side there. And some slight rubbing around it. Here, this one had some nice facets on it, and it was, this is the one that had the piece of iron rusted to it. So there must be a lot of ore in this piece of hematite right here. Some of this stuff will grab with a magnet, some will not. And then this larger piece, it had some slight rubbing on it around here. Not a lot, but this was been our best one today. It's rubbed almost every side except this one here. And it looks like it's been scratched at with something, so that's a really nice one there. All this stuff found high up on the bank. We found this hard stone. I think it's a hammer stone. It's all beat up around here. All picked up. It's stained where it was laying down in the muck and decaying leaves. It's a real heavy stone. Then we found this stone here. It's odd. I mean, it's like a four-sided long stone, but this is natural. That's natural. There's a chunk gone out of there. I don't know if that has any significance. And it looked like it might have hit by a plow right there. But this side is natural. But this side is completely rubbed smooth. I can see the abrasion marks. And you can see where it was pecked or rubbed down around the side. You can see where, if that light shines on it right, you can see where it comes down along the side and then just stops. The rubbing stops right there. But you can see the abrasion marks in that. If anybody knows what that would have been, please leave me a comment. Maybe just like a small sharpening stone, or I've watched them do some knapping on YouTube, and they have a one stone that they will like take the sharp edges off before they start knocking platforms off again. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Just an odd piece. And then we pulled out this broken triangle. So this did not go through the screen. So this size here is good. I can give you a size comparison. There's a penny, and it's about the width of a penny at the base, and that did not go through the screen. So anything larger than this or this size, I think we're good with that 1/2-inch screen. Shouldn't be any problem. And we pulled out this little piece of a blade, I would say. It's worked up and down both sides, but the top's broken and the bottom's broken off. So I would say that's a little blade. It's unifaced on the back. Really nice material. But as to what it was, what it looked like before that, I don't know. Then we pulled out this broken point. Really nice material. Well made piece, just snapped on the bottom. Who knows what that would have been. The break looks pretty fresh too, so probably broke falling off the hill. Another stone hit it. Who knows? Shame on that. And then right before we left, we found this white triangle. And this is, I don't know if that's Flint Ridge material. Really white. It's nice grade material. Just not the best condition of a point. You know, it's got a chip out of this side right here. The ear ding on the bottoms, one of them's tipped, and there's a tip on the top of it. Would have been a very nice serrated triangle. And I guess this would be the find of the day, our point. It's a broken ear on it. Not sure what type of point. If anybody knows any ideas on that, I assume the other ear would have looked just like that. Same. It's snapped off. And just a tiny chip out of the base, the bottom left of the base there. It might have been made like that. It looks, yeah, I think it was just made like that because it doesn't look chipped. And if it was, it's a very old one. That would have been our point of the day. Next time, I think I'm going to go out back down there and dig some of those 1800s bottles. I had a good time doing that, and I think there's a lot more in there. They're scarce. They're scattered in that dirt, but where we found that many, there's got to be more with all that glass laying. So that'll probably be our next trip down to the 1800s bottle dump. Maybe we can find some 1870s stuff this time. So I'll catch you on the next one.